I just got inside from shoveling, like, I think we had like 11 inches of snow outside that last night. And I feel so good right now. And I want to share a little bit of what's going on in my mind and kind of the benefits of some of the things that I've been talking about at different times. Number one, gratitude. Practice gratitude. If you practice gratitude every morning, guess what you get into? You get into a routine of gratitude. So I left outside and I was so grateful that instead of doing my regular exercise routine, I'm doing this. It's a different thing. It works with different parts of my body. I was happy for that. I shoveled some of my neighbors' walks and I was grateful for my neighbors. My neighbors came out and they started complaining about all the snow. And I talked about how grateful I am to live where I do and how much sun there is outside. And they gave me kind of a weird look like they do sometimes, which is fine. And I shoveled off all the walk. I was grateful for the vehicles that we have, for the property that we have, for all these different things as I was shoveling. I came back and all my neighbors are thanking me for shoveling their walk and their attitude has changed. And there are a few things that I want to pull out of this. One is, well, and I was grateful that I don't have a regular job that I have to go to. If I'm late by 20 minutes today, it doesn't end the world. Now, I'm not going to be late because I love my job and I know what I want to accomplish today. Having said that, it doesn't matter. Honestly, if I'm late, no boss is going to be breathing down my neck or anything like that. I was grateful for that. Can you imagine for some of these people what's going on in their day when they're complaining about the snow and they get to work, or they're complaining about their vehicle, they get to work, they're complaining with their colleagues and all this stuff, what their day looks like and what they accomplished today, compared to you who is practicing gratitude and doing all of these things and improving your own life. Another thing is routine. Like, because my routine is exercise, it transitions into snow removal really quick, and that's okay. I do something different. And there's another kind of key in this, and that is be adaptable. Be willing to move and change and do something different. Don't get stuck in anything. If something comes up and you are practicing gratitude and you've got a routine that you like, but you're willing to adapt and change or improvise a little bit, then your day goes extremely well. I feel like $1,000,000 right now because I woke up and did the snow removal, the snow shoveling. And I breathe in a little heavy. I got a different kind of workout. Like, it feels good. So what I want you to do right now is incorporate these things into your day. Practice gratitude. Be willing to improvise. But when you're practicing gratitude and looking for the good in all things, what happens is no matter what comes your way, you're grateful for things. I'm going to give you an extreme example, okay? I was talking with somebody yesterday and they said they had some relatives who were diagnosed with cancer recently. And in my mind, I've had family members die from cancer as well. In my mind, I thought, I wonder what is happening for this person. Whether they are thinking, oh, this is the end of the world, or whether they are both sad and delighted for the relationships they've had in life. My wife and I have talked about our funerals and what our funerals are going to look like, what we want them to look like. We've both said we want a jazz band at our funeral. We want it to be a celebration of our lives. Will there be a place for mourning? Will there be a place for sadness and grief? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's always a mix. Life is always a mix. So why would we deny ourselves the delight of sharing the memories of who a person has been in our lives? Delight in the person. So we want people to party for part of our funeral celebration. And for part of it, yeah, be sad, cry, mourn. That's a healthy part of living as well. I had one other idea. Maybe I'll leave it for another time here. What I want you to do as an action step is, honestly, no matter what you're doing today, no matter what's going on as you see this video right now, I want you to practice gratitude. I want you to go, what am I grateful for? And then I want you to ask better questions about it, okay? Don't just say, what am I grateful for? And stop there, okay? With a look like this on your face. What am I grateful for, right? What I want you to do is I want you to smile and go, what am I grateful for? And be curious. And if you don't think about anything, go, so like, if I was grateful, what would that look like? What would that look like? Because asking those questions will challenge your mind to get into that state. You know what? I will mention those other things right now. So to change your state, there are a few different keys. One is routine. Your routine, if you're well, every day, if you're in a good state in the morning, guess what? Even on a rough morning, you'll be in a good state because you'll be influenced that way. The second thing is take actions. Actually move your body. That's why I exercise in the morning. Is it difficult? Well, yeah, sometimes it's more difficult than others, but it's always more difficult in the beginning. The first I don't know, half week to a week will always be the most difficult because you're starting a new routine. You're starting things that your body isn't used to. But if you do that, you will consistently get better, and you will start to have energy from your exercise, which is brilliant. I love when that happens. If I'm out of routine of exercising and then I get into it in the morning, and the first few mornings I'm sore, and then after that I just start to feel great every morning. That's good. The third is asking yourself good questions. So I'll continue what I was saying a little bit before here. So ask yourself a good question. What am I grateful for? If I was grateful, what would that look like? And then start to explore, like, what are the specific things about what I'm grateful for? What about those things am I grateful for? What about snow removal am I grateful for? Why would I be grateful? Get into the details of it. And then how does that make me feel? When I'm doing snow removal and I'm using my body and there's all this snow, and I've had a herniated disc in my back, which is true 8 years ago, and I've completely rehabilitated it, and I'm delighting in the movement of my body and the strength of my lower back that used to be so weak. And I'm doing all these things. All of a sudden, when I start thinking about all those things, everything changes for me. I start being grateful on a completely different level, and I start to feel it, and it starts to change my attitude. It starts to change my state, all right? Lastly, being grateful changes your memories. Being grateful changes your memories. I'm going to use my wife as an example right now. Surrounding our wedding, there were things that were hard for her. And so for a really long time, she had this really, anytime she thought about our wedding at any time, she kind of got into a state where she was really frustrated and angry and sad. Do you notice how my emotions, my state right now as I'm talking about these things, my state has gone down a little bit? That happens, okay? Pay attention to this. So she was really sad. She would get into a really awful mood at times. Not in a mean way, but in a really sad, depressed way. And now, as she started to grow in gratitude over the last 3, 4, 5 years, her memories of our wedding have changed completely. Her memories have changed completely. Now, it's not that everything is beautiful and everything was perfect. That's not the way it was, and it's not the way it'll probably ever be in her mind. Having said that, there are some things now that when she looks back, she's grateful for, and it's changed the memory of those situations. Now when she thinks about it, she's not simply depressed. She's not simply like, oh, what did I do? What was this going on? Like everything was awful. And I would suggest that as you practice, I know that this will work if you do it right. As you practice gratitude, this is going to have an effect on your memories of the past. You're going to start seeing things in the past in a new light and be grateful for things in the past, things that have hurt you, like a herniated disc or like cancer in your past, or there have been times where I've had no money or no time or no energy or people around me that were really negative or whatever it is. And I'm so grateful for the situations that I've had in the past now, not because they were comfortable, I don't deny that they were hard in some ways, but I love what they have done for me and how they've grown me. And I'm so excited about it now. You can see this in me, and you can see that as I talk about these things, I get more excited. They change my state, they change my attitude, they change how I interact with the world. So start practicing these things. You have to do it consistently. Find an accountability partner, find somebody that can help you. If you want any tips, feel free to put some comments in, and I'll answer your questions there, okay? But feel free to do that. Challenge yourself, grow yourself, and you're going to feel great before you know it. I've worked with lots of people, from people who are near suicide to people that are really, really happy every day. And I found that every single one of these people, if they do these things consistently, change their state and end up doing really well. Celebrate today with whatever it brings you.